Well, hello and welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm Janine, your host, and I'm delighted to have you join me today. And may it be an absolutely happy day for you. When I was thinking about what am I going to share with you today, I was also thinking about the energy of the week. And one of the words that came forward, one of the themes that came forward was escape. Now, I'm unsure of how you picture escape, but I see this dark dungeon and people creeping on tippy toes out of it, having to be careful in case they noticed. Escape, when I went to go and look it up on Google, is also break free from confinement or control, an act of breaking free from actually being a temporary distraction from reality or routine, and also fail to be noticed or remembered by someone. And I found those very, very interesting in what my picture was and what the actual meaning is. When I got curious about it and I started exploring and saying, well, what can we escape from? And what came forward was open the door into the present, escape from the past, release yourself from the past debilitating memories, things that hold you back, belief systems. And one of the things I say I do when I help people is I help you clear the BS, belief systems that keep you stuck. And so guess what? We actually get to escape from other people's paradigms, from paradigms that may be holding us back, paradigms that really, really no longer serve us. And people, this can be on a day-to-day basis because we pick up thinking, thoughts, and all sorts of things from other people as we go through our days. Some of it's conscious, some of it is absolutely unconscious, some of it we're aware of, and others we are absolutely unaware of. I often say to my clients, excuse me, whose problem are you solving? Is it yours? Is it your community's? Is it a past one of your parents? Is it maybe a friend's? Maybe it's somebody you don't even know who lives on the other side of the world. Because as everyone knows, we're all connected energetically. So because we are receivers and transceivers, we could actually start solving other people's problems. Well, what if you can escape from this? What if with awareness and being present, you can actually empower yourself to be here in the present and say, is this thought going to add to my life? Is this action going to add to my life? Or will this thought or this action take away from my life? Will it add to my life today? Will it add to my life in 3 months' time? When you feel, like a bomb, a ton of bricks fell on your head, you know it's unavailable to you. And that it will actually take away from your life. You can also ask, will this take away from my life? And if it feels light, then you know it's going to take away from your light. Light is truth, and heavy is an untruth. And you know what's so interesting? It might be an untruth now, and in 6 months' time, it may be a truth, because sometimes we can also tap into our future self, and this gives us an understanding of it as well. So now let's come back to escape. With escape, so many times we tell ourselves a story of victimhood, of, well, if the other person changed, I wouldn't have to change. Guess what? As you change, that other person will change because of mirroring. So one thing we are unavailable to escape from is that mirroring. What we do get to do is we get to change what it's showing us, release the old belief system that's keeping us there. And I was listening to a quote, I'm just trying to remember who said it. I can't think who said it. They said, as we change within, so the outside changes. I had a very interesting response from somebody on LinkedIn around a quote of Aristotle where I can't remember, also I don't quite remember that quote, about as we change, things around us change. Let me see if I can pick it up for you, see what it is. The bottom line, though, is it does come down to growth. It does come down to change. It does come down to owning who we can be, owning where we would like to be, and what would it take to be that person. The quote was, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And this person had a really strong reaction to it. and I respect them for voicing it. I find it very interesting with the level of education that they come from, that they had that response. And what it showed me is there's a wounding there. There's a belief system there that quote touched on that was painful for this person. So very often when we're triggered, when we are sparked by something, not sparked, we sparked when we are triggered in like a way, very often it's to go and explore what is the actual trigger here? What am I being shown here around a belief that I'm unsure of, I'm unhappy with, and it's triggering a response within me? I'm not saying that's the case for this person. I'm just saying in general, this is what I've seen and what I've understood. Is when we are triggered, we are understanding there is something there drawing us towards a growth point, to change, to be released, to escape from. So with this, there are also many paradigms and ways of doing things that we live under, we work with, that energetically we are being encouraged to, in inverted commas, escape from as well. Ways of doing things, ways of being. So many times people say to me, well, I have no control over that. Actually, you do, because you can control your thinking, you can control how you speak about it, and you can use the switch word truth about any situation. You can also draw energy through it, and you can choose to say, okay, that is the appearance of the situation. What would I like and something better? What else is possible? Because as we do this, it actually encourages life to unfold in a different way. It helps us to gain more crystal clarity, and in gaining this crystal clarity around what we dislike, we can start exploring what we do like. We can start exploring that, well, if I feel I have no control there, where else do I feel like I'm lacking control? Where am I feeling controlled? And what is the reason I am allowing it? Where can I shift it? What can I do from it? And where can I escape from it? And as we bring that crystal clarity to things, it helps us to see where we can shift, where we can change, and things that appear to be outside of our control, we let them go and look at what we can control. Our thinking, the feelings it triggers, the emotions that work with it, and the way we speak about it, the story. I caught myself in the story that small dogs bite my dog because it's happened 3 times. Well, guess what? Since I changed that story, the little dogs are absolutely so excited to be his friend. I started saying, all the dogs love Goldstein. They absolutely adore him. Okay, it took 3 or 4 weeks for the story to start unfolding and working. And when we actually allow it and to create the awareness, it's incredible how we can escape from situations that we have set up with being absolutely unaware of it. This brings me to allowing things to unfold, because as we choose to allow things to unfold and get curious about it and ask, well, what is my participation here? What am I being asked to contribute here? What am I being asked to do here? It's absolutely incredible how things shift and change. We get realizations, we tap into that deep inner knowingness, and this allows us to step into new beginnings as we shed the skin of the past like the snake does. And as we are open to shedding that tight, constricting old skin, we escape from that old skin. We allow for new beginnings. We allow for new situations. So we may be still in the same situation. It is our perspective, the way we deal with it, where we handle it. And guess what? It then starts shifting and changing. The people around us are no longer able to mirror to you what it is you are looking to shift and change, because you've shifted and changed it. When we have awarenesses and we have understandings, the people mirroring to us get to change their behavior. They get to shift into what's next. Alternatively, when you do things that you go, what on earth did I do that for? I very often will go to myself and say, okay, what could I have been mirroring to that person? And where can it help me? Where can I grow through it? And what can I do with it? Because this people is maturing. This is allowing, and this is having adventure. Because as we do that, we're stepping into new ways. And now we come to a very important point that Janine really beats the drum on. In many ways, and people have brought it forward. To take that huge leap actually sets us back. Yes, have a great dream, have one that scares you witless. The important thing, though, is to start with small, powerful steps. Expand your comfort zone so that you are uncomfortable in it, and yet you still have that incredible feeling of safety. Yes, you might feel a little bit insecure, and you can still have that, oh, well, let me just try and see. I've succeeded in the past, or this is something new. Just let me try it. Let me have a taste of it. Let me have a sip of it. And so we expand our comfort zone at the speed that we remain in a feeling of safety. So like I say, you may feel uncertain, unsure, and yet you still have the curiosity and the ability to step forward. This allows us to escape from a comfort zone holding us back and still move forward in a way that we will keep moving forward, even when we have times of rest, times of winter to plan and strategize, times of spring where we're sowing. We will come to the time of summer where we get to reap, to harvest, into autumn where we get to shed that old skin of the past, the leaves that are no longer helping us, so that we can have that stark clarity of winter come forward again. So just to recap, we get to escape from old paradigms, old belief systems that are unavailable for us at the moment when we choose to work towards our future self. And that's another story for another day that we'll discuss. We allow ourselves to look at, where can I bring focus and clarity into my life? What is it I'm being asked to step away from? Where am I being asked to expand my comfort zone in order to allow events to unfold in a way that, number one, is expansive, that increases my capacity and brings maturity in things, allows me to learn new skills and develop and acquire new tools so that I can be more effective as I walk into new beginnings. I would love to hear if this makes sense to you, where you can apply it in your life. For myself, I find I pick up a pen and I'll journal, or I'll process it out loud while I'm working or walking with my Labrador Goldstein. Alternatively, I also listen when other people speak or podcasts catch my attention, because very often I'll know there's an answer in there for me, or there's a direction in there for me. Which is also one of the reasons when I look at guided meditations, oh, look, that one's sparking my attention. What's here for me that's asking to come forward? Will it add to my life today, or in 3 months' time, 3 days' time? Will it take away from my life? And work with your body, work with your soul. And this allows new beginnings to be less scary, and you have more anticipation from it. Yes, you still have a feeling of uncertainty. Yes, you have a feeling of, oh my goodness, will this work? Won't it work? And this allows us to really, really get to grips with the story we're telling ourselves, and the stories we believe that other people told us about ourselves. And it's to go inside of ourselves that we gain that inner knowingness, that inner wisdom, that we can connect with our higher self, with source, with the energies that support us, and definitely with our soul that is looking to support us. People, have a grand and glorious day. And if you'd like to know more about working with me in personal leadership, in understanding what capacity you would like healing in, because very often people think healing is just for illness. Sometimes it's for perceptions, it's for belief systems, it's for situations. It's a very interesting topic. I could go on for hours about that as well. Have a beautiful and incredible day, and come and find me on social media and let me know what intrigued you, what you're applying, and what new beginnings you can allow your way. Bye-bye.